big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what the topic.
Yeah. Okay, it's not top of the top and we a little late, but I don't even care about all of that. The fact of the matter is I'm here, you're here, we are all here, and this is Spike Coffee in the Morning with that girl, Henny. And this morning we are going to be diving into a little bit of a review because that girl Gigi, big Gigi, not the little one, is out here flexing and exposing. But before we get into all of that, if you are new here, welcome, welcome. Please be sure to sit down at the bar. Okay, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. You can speak, but don't touch nothing because we don't know you yet. Okay, make sure you washed your hands. All right, because we don't like you touching all on our stuff and your hands is dirty and filthy. And if you coming from another side that we don't rock with and you over here in the bushes, make sure you wipe your feet before you cross our threshold. But anyway, if you are new here, please be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe. Click that notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. And if you are a returning Mob Down Henny Gang member, yeah. Now we're going to get into all of this hot spiked coffee with the Henny that y'all love to sip. Anywho, so child, I don't know if you are following Gigi's YouTube channel, but if you are not, guess what? I took a little extra time today to make sure that I put her link to her channel in the description box of this video because baby, first of all, y'all know we have been talking about old Luce Ashley over here for a very long time, okay? Well, not a long time, but we talk about him sporadically, okay? We talk about him sporadically, and we expose, okay, his bullshit and his lies, just like we do three-finger duty shooter PP liquor, okay? Okay. And Gigi is coming with receipts, and it seems like, and it's looking like, and it's feeling like Gigi is filling in not only the blanks to the things that we have figured out, she is also exposing that it is worse than what we thought. Ciao. Gigi says in this video that we about to play, she says and goes into how Luce Ashley was out here scamming his way to a little bit of a spotlight. Okay, he's been doing this for a minute now. So I don't want to hold y'all for too long, even though y'all be wanting me to hold y'all forever because y'all don't care. Y'all be like, Henny, we here. We is here today. But I want to say good morning to everybody, but we are going to get into this, baby, because this is some hot Henny that if you missed, shame on you. But let's get into this right here without further ado. Shout out to Big Gigi, not the little one. And salute to all of you for tapping in and catching this review of this replay.
Just had a baby November 3rd, and this nigga's already out cheating again. I hit up the girl, and this is what she says.
Now, the girl that she hit up is Blac Chyna, and this is what the message says. It says, hello, good morning, Jasmine. I don't get in his personal business. We have a business relationship only. Congrats on your newborn baby. I have 2 babies of my own. Also, Lake Shrine is a spiritual holy ground for prayer, where myself and church members pray. Sorry for the misleading information that you received. Have a blessed day. With the angel halo emoji. Now I'm not here to drag Chyna. I'm not, because I like Angela. She's turned over a new leaf and she is now Angela White. Okay. I like Angela White. So we're not gonna hold Angela to the fire for the sins of Blac Chyna. Okay, two different people. But let's continue.
Like I'm a dummy.
Got Chyna on my nigga Cannon. Hey, hold up. Why didn't get no napkins? You know that shit gonna be.
Ginny got one.
Oh.
Imagine at home postpartum just having a baby, recovering from a C-section, and your husband's running around with Blac Chyna.
Imagine. So basically, based from this point of where we are in the story, okay, where she's telling us about how he was using females to try to get famous, this happened after she had the baby. So mind you, they have already been married. They have already had their baby shower. And, you know, the baby has been delivered. And now on the internet, you are seeing your husband. This is not just her baby daddy or her boyfriend. This is her husband out and about with another female.
Then they go public and call me a liar and say I'm crazy. Sound familiar?
It sounds very familiar because that's the narrative that they are continuing to try to paint about Gigi by saying that she is, she's crazy, she's lying. And the latest one from, you know, Luce's team, which we're going to talk about that because we're going to see some things in this video. But, you know, dude over there that is trying to defend Shereice so hard, like he's her man, no shots. Just observation, okay? No shade, but an observation. But never mind. I'm not gonna shut up before I say something before I'm supposed to say something. But let's continue to rock out and listen to what Gigi got to say because yeah. So it says Blac Chyna did her little post. Let me move myself. Let me move myself to the side, the other side. So Blac Chyna makes a post and says, people need to stop lying and attempting to smear my name for publicity. Cannon and I are only working together to produce amazing music. As you can see, the videos being shown are at venues for music promotion. I wish everyone peace and happiness in their life. Take this holiday season to enjoy family and loved ones. Merry Christmas. I'm
telling you, she really say something. And dress it, it's just music. Music.
Ready?
Fine ass nigga. I'm a joke.
Ready to work the song?
Yeah. They might start have to draft this this public statement.
So as you can see, this is going back to when he was with Blac Chyna. If you look at some of these comments, like above all of the caps, there's a comment there that's put that says, damn, so you don't have a daughter. So back then, gathering from what I'm seeing in this comment section, he was even disowning and not claiming his daughter back then when he was with Blac Chyna. If I have it if I've misspoken, I'm going off of what I'm seeing in the comment section, okay, of the people on this live. So that's where I'm getting that from. If I'm wrong, then I apologize. But this is what I'm gathering.
You ready to work on the song?
Yeah, do you want to say something?
No.
So I put a recorder in the backyard right here. He seemed to spend most of his time there while I'm here raising his baby going through postpartum. And this is what I hear.
Hold on. Before we listen to that, she said, I put a recorder in the backyard because that's where, shout out to Shaniqua, that's where he likes to spend a lot of his time. Listen, fellas, I see y'all in here, but you know, this is a female heavy and female dominated kind of chat over here. And we welcome y'all into the bar, of course. Of course we do. We love our male Henny Gang members as well. But this is for my ladies right here. Now, y'all know it's serious when you put a recording device where he's spending majority of his time at. Shout out to the Henny snipers in the building, Sherman, Nino Black, Yada Mean, all of the Henny Gang. I see y'all. I'm trying to get to the comments. Yeah. So when you put a recorder there, you know you gonna get all the Henny being spilled. Okay. So this is where we at right now. So she made a post and said, I need all prayers right now more than ever. I wouldn't wish what I'm going through on my worst enemy. Lord, please give me strength. Okay. So again, y'all keep in your minds that she's going through just having a baby, dealing with postpartum depression. This nigga is out here with this chick running up and down the streets, playing in her face on the World Wide Web. And now she has put a recorder in the backyard. And what did she catch, ladies and gentlemen? Let's listen.
What's up, baby? Where you going?
We driving. I'm going to my bedroom.
Your laser appointment?
Okay,
so we're gonna go to the studio and the club tomorrow. We're gonna go to the studio tonight.
Studio tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the studio instead of the club because Charisma said it's
I like the style. I like that shit anyway.
Oh God. So I'm setting it up. I'm gonna give you the time and bring your fine ass there.
So I don't know about y'all, but if I'm working with somebody on some business, I'm not calling them baby. I don't expect them to tell me to bring my fine ass down nowhere. Like, that's not how you talk when it's just business. So it's suspect as hell. Oh, you didn't know he was with Blac Chyna? Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Listen, what you didn't know, you about to find out, because Gigi is out here spilling the TRUTH. Do you feel me? Her receipts are receipting, or what does she call them? What was she calling them last night, y'all? Damn. Recips. She has the recips, baby.
I said, I'm gonna give you the time and everything. We're gonna link. We're gonna really work. And we're gonna party. And we're gonna do some extras. Mm-hmm.
So of course I confront him.
What you doing?
Now, I do have to, before we get into this, I do have to do this because I do know that a lot of people have dealt with similar situations. So this is the trigger warning. This is the video. I have played this video before when I did my other 2 videos on Luce Cannon being abusive towards Gigi and, you know, all of that. Those other 2 videos I did, which we'll probably review them because now that Gigi is out talking, it would make sense to re-review them for people who are new to the channel, may have missed that stuff. Don't go back and watch old things. I'll do a review of them. But this is the video of him attacking her. So if you are sensitive to DV situations, if you are underage, because I do have an age range of 15 to 65 and up, please tune out and come back later. Or if you're on the replay, fast forward past this part, but this is a trigger warning.
Now you leaving? Now you leaving? Yeah, you right here. Here, go ahead.
What are you doing?
Now you leaving?
Leaving where?
You just put your baby down just so she don't see you walking in here in the house with your wife?
What the fuck is you talking
With your
about?
wife and your baby?
You are fucking retarded.
Oh, you don't want her to see you here with your wife and your baby?
You is retarded. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You don't want her to see you here with your wife and your baby? Is that what it is?
Someone who is on the spectrum calling somebody the R word is diabolical. I just had to say that.
You're ignorant.
Is that what it is?
What is the point? What the fuck is you doing?
What do you mean? I'm just trying to figure out. You don't want her to see you with your wife and your baby?
What?
Don't turn off the light. You don't want her to see you at home with your wife and your baby?
Stop. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nigga, we're married. And you fucking around with another bitch. What are you talking about? You got a newborn baby. What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
No, you're ignorant.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, the backyard that he be talking to you in. Yes, with his wife and newborn baby. Yes, with his wife and newborn baby.
What is literally what's wrong with you?
You're not gonna tell her that you're married?
You are dumb.
No, so now you're not married, Tremaine Williams? Huh? What are you doing? Stop!
All right, y'all, breathe in, breathe out. Do it again. Breathe in, breathe out. Because yes, what you think happened is exactly what happened. And yes, he did do that to her. Okay. And she's going to explain that to y'all in the next part. Anyone that may be feeling away because I keep pausing and I keep talking, this is a review. If you would like to watch the whole video in its entirety without me speaking, you can click the link that is in my description box below and go watch the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel while y'all are over there and y'all hit that like button. I want to go back to this comment before we continue on. Wax trying to watch her videos and act like he knew something. Of course he is. Wack has turned on Shereice and Luce. He's trying to distance himself as far as possible away from this situation because let's be real. While people keep saying that, oh, you know, Adam is saying whatever he's saying about it not being something, his lawyer, oh, that's what it is. His lawyer told him that it's something legally. He doesn't have anything to worry about. While that may be true, the fact of the matter still remains that he has a tarnished business reputation now. People are not going to want to go to No Jumper. They probably don't feel safe going up there after watching what happened to Jay Reed and Marciano. But regardless to what anyone wants to say, that brawl, that beatdown that happened at No Jumper is definitely in Luce Cannon's case for this federal indictment that he is on. They made mention of it. There's video proof of it. So he's trying to distance himself as much as possible. He is jumping ship. And, you know, honestly, from what I'm understanding, Shereice really didn't say anything that was that bad. But like I've told y'all before, Luce and Wack had tension in their situation before Luce got locked up. And when I saw them trying to make nice, like, oh, that's my brother, this, that, and the third, it just reminded me of when people die and you go to the funeral and everybody's saying all these kind words, but in the back of your mind, you're saying to yourself, this person was a shit bag. Like, what are you talking about? Big Mama over there crying, talking about her baby, but your baby was stealing out your damn house. Okay, the baby mama over there rocking and crying, but girl, he was beating your ass every which way except for Sunday. And you over here now, everybody want to remember the good and be all close and no. The fact of the matter is they were not getting along before Luce Cannon got picked up by the feds. Luce was calling out 600 and Wack. It wasn't just 600, it was him and Wack. Okay. Then he gets locked up and Wack wants to talk about they're so cool and all this and that. So he was just waiting for an opportunity, Wack that is, to turn on Luce Cannon, and Shereice gave that opportunity. But when he is saying something that is correct, I hate to agree with him, but I have to because it's something that we already said over here, which is Shereice is very much giving that she wants Luce out the picture and she's trying to move in, okay, from one clout chaser to another, allegedly. I have to say allegedly for the channel. It would make sense for somebody who has been on reality TV on Zeus, and to my understanding, she has been on Side Chicks of LA as well. And she's been trying to do her music and break into the spotlight as well. So Luce Cannon using people to get into the spotlight, and then she runs up on Luce Cannon, who was just with Blac Chyna. They both saw opportunity in one another. Two opportunists get together. All that's going to happen is somebody's going to X somebody out. And that's what it seems like is happening here, where now she's trying to X him out. She's moving into this lane. She's trying to network using his connections, using the clout that he got off of that Shereice and Luce Cannon page. Okay. Because she's live over there. She's talking over there. She's posting over there. So she's trying to get her own clout and push him out of the spotlight so she can stand in it. Now, if that makes sense to you, make sure you throw some Henny glasses down in the chat. But let's continue to hear what Gigi has to say about this whole episode that featured Blac Chyna.
You guessed it, punched me right in the face. I'm the one who should be pissed. I'm the one who's going through postpartum and just had your daughter while you're running around. I'm the one who should have been doing the punching. After that, I told him I wanted a divorce. I stayed in the house because I was recovering from a C-section. He still had a bunch of dudes living in the house like we were running a Motel 6. I never understood why a grown man would want grown men in the house.
Now, let me tell you, these dudes that are around him right now, those are, to what I'm gathering, and if I am incorrect, I'm quite sure she will correct me or correct it in a video, because I will ask her the next time she goes live. But it looks like these dudes that are around Luce Cannon right now are the original IBM members. And guess what? I don't see certain people around during this time, okay? I don't see certain people. He should have just accepted. He got caught and kept it moving. All that other stuff is right.
I know Gigi don't like us, but man, I ain't never disrespected her. I ain't never said nothing bad about her, bro. And I actually kind of felt bad for all the shit she had to go through. But, you know, I can't respect cuz the nigga don't even take care of his kids, bro.
Now, this is an original IBM member that was around him that is saying he knows Shereice doesn't like us, but he doesn't respect him because he don't take care of his kid. This is his own people's.
And I'll never respect anybody that got kids and ain't there for him, homie. That shit is out.
He thought he made it after Black Chyna. He thought this was it until.
Hold on, let's go back for a second, because that's diabolical right there. All right. Matter of fact, let's read some of these.
Yes, did punch me right in the face. I'm the one who should be pissed. I'm the one who's going through postpartum and just had your daughter while you're running around. I'm the one who should have been doing the punching. After that, I told him I wanted a divorce. I stayed in the house because I was recovering from a C-section. He still had a bunch of dudes living in the house.
I'm trying to get to the text messages. All right, so let's start from here. It says, you can keep having people live here no matter how much I beg and cry, and you can keep not giving a fuck about my feelings or me altogether like you've been doing. That's fine. God won't allow me to be down forever. Where I can't provide for myself, I may not have millions like the women you cheat with or as many followers, but you can bet your ass I will be worth more than money to somebody, and I deserve to be loved and respected as much as any other woman. These are
house, like we were running a Motel 6.
I never these words to Ashley. Okay, she says, clearly your friend ain't moving out today. I see, shaking my head. Then there's the message, are you at the house? The reply is no. She says, okay, so can I know what's going on? When is your friend moving out? Or is he now not moving out? Question mark, hello, question mark. He says 1 minute.
I never understood why a grown man would want grown men in the house.
Then she goes on to say, we are sitting in the car and it's cold. Could you take 1 second to let me know what's going on, please? Question mark, question mark, question marks. Shaking my head. You are the worst. I tell you, the effing worst. So he says, you start shit. She said, why are you doing this to me? He says, NFT. She says, why? He says, I'm not doing anything. So now he's acting like he's not doing anything.
And I know Gigi don't like us, but man, I
and you see right here, let me move myself out of the way. So you can see right here at the bottom, it says IBM member talking. So these are the original dudes that were around him that were the original IBM dudes. Interesting, right? So then she goes on to say, why do you have to make me live like this? Why can't this grown ass man move the fuck out? Why is he more important than me and your daughter? So Ashley says, stop this, you always completely. I don't know what that means. She says, you lied. You said he was moving out Tuesday. Ashley says, no, I didn't. She said, I was fine staying in hotels and my car. You said to come home. He would be out by Tuesday. I did that. And now he is still, hold on, we're going to play it.
I ain't never disrespected her. I ain't never.
He is still there. You lied. Can you stop right now? Stop. Can you stop? No, he says, can you stop right now? That's what Ashley says. So she says, stop what? I have no problem getting out. That's completely fine. I only came back because why? Why say he was moving out on Tuesday? Or I guess she meant you said he was moving out on Tuesday. I was not bothering you. So Ashley says, you are such problems sometimes.
Never said nothing bad about her, bro. And I actually kind of felt bad for her.
So she says, laughing my ass off. Okay, that text went by really quick. No problem. I will leave. Then I won't have no problem. Just send me money for some more diapers and wipes periodically. That's all I need from you. You have my Cash App. So then she messages him again, and this is in 2022. And she says, send the money for the diapers and wipes, please. Ashley says, yes, but go home. So he says, yes, he'll send the money for diapers and wipes, but he's telling her to go home.
She had to go through, but.
And I'm sorry, I agree with her. No self-respecting mother is going to be okay with having a bunch of men in the house around their newborn daughter. That's just not happening, okay? Unless that's your lifestyle and you know all of them, you're not doing that, okay? So then Gigi goes on to say, listen, you may cheat and lie and abuse me all you want and say fuck me and all that, but you will not make me live in any uncomfortable situation with my daughter. Since you keep lying and don't give a fuck about how I feel and want to keep living and want to keep having this grown-ass man living here, I will leave. I'm just washing my clothes and packing my shit. So Ashley says, I'm not. You just trip and do crazy stuff. So she says, like I said, I'm not going to be forced to live like a prisoner in an uncomfortable situation.
You know, I can't respect cuz the nigga don't even...
She says, you don't want to make him move out. No problem. I will leave. Crazy is staying in a house with a man who doesn't mind grown-ass man living in a house with his wife and kid. That's crazy. If I want my daughter around random men, if I want my daughter, I don't know, and that's not family, I could live with any nigga for that. I ain't that type of mother. And I don't blame
Take care of his kids, bro. And I'll never respect anybody that got...
So she says, I let you slap me and cheat and all that I put up with, but where I lay my head with my kid is where I draw the line. So Ashley says, you do shit for yourself, not a team player. Child, all this gaslighting that he is doing. Anyway, Gigi goes on to say, no, you do shit for yourself. This nigga been living here over a month. I put up with Newport, now this. Nah, you don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. Always been that way. If I wasn't a team player, I wouldn't have talked to the DA.
Got kids and ain't there for them, homie. That shit is out.
Okay. But I did. You can't even keep your effing word and have this ninja move out. Now, when she says she wouldn't have talked to the DA, remember, they had a DV situation. So before anybody goes to try to twist up that narrative about her talking to the DA, let me explain to you how that works. When you have a DV situation with somebody, the district attorney is the person who represents you in court. So the district attorney reaches out to you because you become their client. You can tell the district attorney that you want to drop charges, that you don't want to press charges. And if you tell the district attorney that, the district attorney can then choose to have the state pick up the charges or drop the case. So she says she talked to the DA. Yeah. To do what? To protect him. Yeah. And let's take a look at this picture that we're looking at right now on the screen. This picture is their bedroom clearly, and there's the baby's crib. Now, if Gigi is not there and the baby is not there, look at how this mofo is just throwing stuff in that baby's crib. Who does this? If that's not disrespect, I don't know what is. And that's not even baby stuff. Look at that stuff. That's grown people stuff thrown in that baby's bed. But you telling me to come home. But you're using our daughter's crib as a storage spot for your clothes, for your dirty clothes, probably. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I'm going to read the rest of this and then I'm going to let the video play. But it says, and you can't even keep your fucking word and have this nigga move out. So Ashley says, calm down. Why bring up shit we have done? Answer. So she says, you enjoy your night and work. Just send the $91. So she's asking this ninja for $91 for diapers and wipes. I wonder if he ever sent it. Then she goes on to say, it's all good, Jermaine. Jermaine, send me the money. I can't do this anymore with you. I tried and you refused to respect me or my feelings. I do love you. Ashley says, I do love you. She says, you love yourself. You don't know how to love a woman or anything else. So now let's let the rest of the video play. I agree, Shereice.
He thought he made it after Blac Chyna. He thought this was it until
I was reached out to by Blac Chyna's people asking, did I know Luce?
Hold on.
And I said, yes,
Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Bear with me because there's something I'm trying to catch and it goes by so quickly. Hold on. Boom. Do any of these dudes that are sitting here look familiar to anybody? Like, do they look like anybody that is coming out swinging for Shereice right now? A supreme shit. Yo, swagger low. I couldn't have said it better myself. A straight nasty ninja, probably STDs, infestations up. Listen. Okay, so yeah, Gigi said that Cannon has a turtle string bean. Okay. Yeah, 91 whole dollars is all she asked for. He's heartless towards his own child. Now, I don't see any of these dudes. I don't see none of the dudes that are claiming IBM now. But let's continue. That's what I was trying to catch. That clip of a video right there. Them ain't none of the original players.
After Blac Chyna, he thought this was it until
I was reached out to by Blac Chyna's people asking, did I know Luce? And I said, yes. He, my uncle treats him like a nephew. He's like family. They then asked me, was he married? And I said, yes, he's married to my homegirl. I used to be her and her daughter's hairstylist. After that, that's when Chyna put 2 and 2 together. And she was like, well, what do I do? I said, your best bet.
In Brooklyn.
No. So I said, your best bet, Chyna, is to, it's a lot going on. You already got to part your ways.
His manager tried to apologize for the publicity scam they pulled with Chyna, but it was over.
Gosh darn it, I forgot that I paused myself. My bad. I said, so these are the, text messages that she posted up. This is what I'm saying. Gigi got receipts, honey. She's coming with the receipts, honey. Okay. So now if you are on the replay or you decide to come back to this video and watch it, or if you go to her video and you watch it and you see this right here, pause the screen so that you can see for yourselves what's being said there. Yeah, we'll pause and read some things, but we ain't gonna pause and read everything, baby, because this is a review.
This scam they pulled with Chyna, but it was over. Or so I thought. Probably wondering, how was he able to pull Chyna? Well, this right here. This is the lawyer that he used to work out an NFT deal where he got $25,000 up front, able to use this money to fund his little soiree with Chyna so she would believe he had all this money. This is what he spent his money on.
Now, what's crazy as hell to me, okay, to my Krishan and Blueface sector people, check this out right here. Now, this is not Blueface's restaurant, King of Crabs, but it is the King of Crabs. So he took $25,000 of that money and didn't spend not one, which tells me she ain't even get the money for the Pampers and the wipes. Just trifling. But payment, King of Crabs, food delivery for Angela White. It ain't Blueface's King of Crabs, guys. It's not Blueface's King of Crabs. Okay? And then it's circled here, nothing for Gigi. But you at the Ocean Spray Hotel in Miami, miscellaneous expenses, Ubers in Sacramento, airline tickets, all types of food and beverage and studio, payment to Zach Steele. But we don't see anything for legacy. Nothing for legacy. But now let's continue.
$100 crab legs for Chyna and $75 for your daughter.
Oh, so I take it back. $75 for the baby. $500 for crab legs from the King of Crab for Angela White. And $75 for the baby.
Got their own network. Niggas called the For Us By Us Network. You can look it up on the App Store. It's real similar to like a YouTube app. It's a streaming app, but they got all kind of movies and shows and shit and all that. But they was filming a show kind of like behind, bro. And is, supposed to come up in the music industry, whatever, But it's a real show. We got some footage and shit, but at the end of the day, we still got some more shit we got to shoot. We a couple more, like I think they said like 6 or 7 more days of shooting. We could, if we did some real, full days and shit, we can get some more content. But that's real because I know we dealing with the network directly. I've been there. I done talked to one of the owners. We done met the owners, been around them and all that type of shit. So that's some real shit. But, cuz threw some figures around. I don't know if those was real, but we never really confirmed those with the network. And we still haven't signed a contract yet. So, I'll be looking at everything, man. Whatever, because, nigga, we had to put up 10 bands each. And the nigga T-Lo didn't even have his 10 bands. So me and Beather split that. And so, cuz, he gonna have to break us. We gonna have.
I want y'all to look at who is in this room. At the top of this clip, it says meeting with For Us By Us Network to talk about doing a show for Luce and who? IBM. Pay attention to the IBM people that are in the room right now with him that are supposed to be going on this journey with him to this TV show on For Us By Us. And again, tell me if you see anybody that's been around recently in this room.
He gonna get what he's gonna get, at the end of the day, because if he didn't have the money to bond in, we taking care of it. So we're gonna take the money he was supposed to get and let him bubble off a little something. But like I said, nigga be exaggerating, lying, and deceiving and all type of shit. So I don't even know if the figures is real because I ain't never heard them out the network now. I know we are gonna get paid, but it's just one of them things, man. Shit's all real new to me, so I just be trying to fall back and watch. But I said shit been getting revealed. The network shit's cool because I know that's real because like I said, we got relationships and we done put the money in the nigga hands. So some real business with them, but we'll see how it all plays out, man. Yeah, I don't know what they got going on, man. Honestly, this nigga lied about that whole situation, bro, because that night that Barry got shot at, the very next morning is when they went to the hospital and did that shit. This nigga lied and said that he went and drilled the niggas that did it and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And he got this big ass shootout and the police is looking for him and the nigga didn't make it and all this bullshit, nigga. Trying to pin it on me and say it was my fault and blah, 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 and all this bullshit, nigga. So I don't know what the fuck they got going on there, nigga. They be on some weird shit. He over there with that bitch. And nigga, the other day when he came to the network, he was like talking about they shooting their own show now. Just him and her.
Did y'all catch that? No, you good, Big J? Did y'all catch that? Do y'all need me to run that back again? Because what he said was they originally went to the For Us By Us network to start a TV show with Luce and IBM. IBM stands for Integrity Before Money. And Gigi came up with that. She said she came up with that and the logo. Okay. So that's what he was supposed to be doing, a hustle with his boys. But then he flips the script. He gets with Shereice, and now they're talking about doing their show, which is what? Beauty and the Beast, or whatever the hell the name of the show was. But yeah, sold his team out for her. The original IBM team sold them out for her. Nasty, nasty work. And
the network was like, nah, we got a show with IBM. With these niggas put money in my hands. So, it's the IBM show and shit. I don't even know what to call it, man. They be on some real Mickey shit over there.
That's what it was, Baddie and the Beast.
Bro, doing some real goofy shit, man.
So I was friends with Beautiful Princess and Moniece, amazing women. I was friends with them, and when I would get invited to things with them, I would bring Cannon. Per usual, usually when you go out with your girlfriends, you don't bring your dude around. But Cannon went with me everywhere. He was always trying to be in the same circles I was in.
So now pay attention to this, because remember, during that clip of them getting with the FUBU network, because that's For Us By Us anyway, she was networking with Princess and Moniece, and Princess and Moniece were where? Zeus Love and Hip Hop. Now we see them here, the Zeus Network.
So I went to a premiere that Princess was producing, and I brought Cannon along, of course.
And if you are unaware of the connection of Zeus to this, Princess and Ray J were executive producers at Zeus before Natalie Nunn came aboard and all of that stuff. When Zeus first launched, Princess and Ray J were executive producers. They had this show, The Conversation, where they were the first guest on there. If you go back and watch some of Zeus's older shows, you will see Ray J and Princess Love credited as executive producers to the network. So at that point in time, Gigi being friends with Princess and them being at the show, look at what's on the wall over here behind him. Let's see if we can zoom in. Hold on, because you know I love a good old nasty zoom in. Hold on. Because I'm trying to see if this is season 1. My hands is wet. Hold on.
Went to dinners.
Hold on. We got to go back. Hold
trying to be in the same circles I was in. So I went to a premiere that Princess was producing, and I brought Cannon along, of course.
Now, let's see if I could. I'm trying to get a good zoom for y'all. Because I'm trying to see.
Went to dinner.
I believe that may have been One More Chance season 2. Let's see. Why is it not letting me zoom in? It's not letting me zoom in, and I hate when it does this. Hold on. We gonna get it. You know one thing about Henny gonna get it. Hold on, because we finna get it. All right, are we in full mode? Exit full screen mode. There we go. Didn't I tell y'all I was going to get it? Hold on. Let's pay attention to this sign in the back. Yeah, it's sneaky. No. Oh, man. Did we lose our place? I think we lost our place, y'all. Don't get mad at me. Okay? Hold on. We going to get it. Hold on. See, this is why I like doing videos. Because, okay, so we at the IBM. So we back there. Hold on. I done zoomed in too damn much. See, this is what happened when you be nosy. That's what you get. That's what your ass get, Henny, trying to be nosy. Did we do this already? Nope, right there. Boom. I told y'all I was going to get it. Now, let's see what that sign say. I want to see something. That's 2. That's season 2 for sure. Hold on. That is season 2 for sure. Hold on. And I'm going to tell you why that's important. Let me go over here for a second. One More Chance. Zeus season 2. Now, let me see that flyer again. Don't this look like this right here? I could be bugging. Let me go back. I think that's the same one. Hold on. Because you see this one right here. Y'all know who that is. That's Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie is Shereice Mills. Let me make sure that my game is on. Because you know how sometimes I be doing stuff. Oh, y'all can hear me. Yeah. Y'all see it. That's season 2. Okay, and Shereice Mills is right here in the flyer. This is her. You got Chance, you got Yodeler, and then you got Shereice right here. That's why I wanted to go back and I wanted to look at the flyer. Because if you remember, I remember coming across something a while ago where Shereice said that they met at the Zeus Network. So you was there. If that's the case, if that's a real story, then that means that he was out with his wife at a function for her friend when you met Shereice for the first time. Nasty work.
Dinners for friends' birthday parties, and of course, who came along? Cannon. Look at him looking all ugly. Just annoying. Should have never did that. So as you can see, Cannon didn't know anyone. Nobody knew him. Of course, by me bringing him around, it put him around people in the industry where he was able to make connections. Okay. So me being the supportive wife, he wanted to be a producer. He dropped Cookout, and I came up with IBM for his record label, Integrity Before Money, paid for the logo, and got it designed. Being that he wasn't a good rapper, we paid for publicity for Cookout for a run.
Who paid for the publicity for Cookout? She did. Which means that when that song Cookout came out, it was an old song that was rewound, replayed. Yeah, it was a relaunch, a remake of an old song. But let's continue. We're not going to stay held up on that.
Let's go for the turn this up. Cookout continue.
He clearly needed help. So my friend Princess had a publicist named Monique.
Everybody says that, Big J. Shout out to my oldest kid's father, because when he saw that I was on Shannon Sharp, he called me and said, "Oh man, Shannon Sharp is in trouble. If you on his case, he is in trouble." And he is, because I got more information to give on Shannon Two Finger Shay Sharp. I sure enough do. I just got to put the video together, and I am. But anyway, we here for Gigi, so let's continue.
Monique knew Blac Chyna. So that's how he even met Blac Chyna. Monique was helping him with his publicity and was trying to get her on one of his songs. He really thought he was on after this. Through my connections, he was able to meet For Us By Us Network. I'm all for supporting my man, but you're not going to lie on me.
And if you want to deny being married, then why even have a wife? Why not divorce me?
No, I don't want to put shit on the internet, and you put it on the internet.
Cannon, this is the thing. You say you don't want to put shit on the internet, so you don't want people to know you're married. Why is that a secret?
That's not true.
You did. You've been denying me since you met Chyna. I don't understand why. Why? If it's okay? Oh, you can be on the show and this. Then why deny you have a wife? Don't you think everybody's gonna find out you have a wife if I'm on the show?
Yeah.
So then it doesn't make sense. So why deny me to everybody?
No, it's not. It's on my terms. You want to do internet shit.
On your terms. Cannon, do you hear yourself? We took vows and you're literally talking about, oh, it's on my term. Listen to how you're treating me.
So, of course, ever since Blac Chyna dropped him, and now he's doing the IBM thing, he goes to For Us By Us Network. They go to Las Vegas, and they're getting ready to do a launch of their show after that meeting. And lo and behold, everything changes. Scam 1 failed, and now he comes in to Scam 2. It just literally was fate. Who does he meet in Vegas, April 2022? None other than, you guessed it, Mrs. Shereice Mills. So the show for IBM was out, and born was Batty and the Beast.
Luce Cannon, what's happening?
I'm sorry, but why get expensive nails just to hold a broke nigga's dick?
Yo. When I tell you, shout out to Gigi. Yo, I swear her clapbacks, they be so classy, but they really, really be like bang bang.
You can see the date. They were in their suite in Las Vegas. And as you can see on Kenneth's Instagram, same suite in Las Vegas where he met Shereice Mills. So as you can see, the Blac Chyna scam failed, and I wasn't going to participate in the lies. So IBM show was the only thing he could do. That is until... This is what I meant by everyone in Cannon's life has a position and is a player in his game. Our daughter is now 6 months old at this time. I'm staying at our house in Riverside and at my older daughter's house and hotels. Mind you, he still has these grown adults living in our house. Who does that with a newborn? So as you can see, Shereice was just another player added to the game. He just found someone who was willing to go along with his scam. Somebody just as thirsty as him.
Wives are side chicks and don't even freaking know it.
She was definitely right about that. She should know. She's messed with a lot of married men.
I keep muting myself because I don't want it to echo, because that annoys the hell out of me when I go on people's channels and it's echoing when they're playing the video. It's because you need to mute yourself while the video is playing. But anyway, if you're confused at what you're looking at, this is Gigi in the pool at their home in Riverside. Where is, can you see? You cannot see. Well, in the zebra print, this is Gigi. Over here in the black, we know who that is. That is Shereice. That is the same pool. And Shereice said this is their home in Riverside. So Shereice was at their home in Riverside. Yeah. Let's continue.
Let's remember, this girl met Luce April 8th, 2022. She's already at the house we live in April 30th, 2022. The thirst is real. Okay, as you guys can see, this is my conversation from March 29th, 2022. We are only living together, as I stated, after the Blac Chyna thing. We're staying in separate rooms, but again, I'm recovering from a C-section from just having a baby. He's spending all the money, so I'm pretty much stuck. So I'm asking him, just give me the respect to at least not have grown men living in a house with a newborn daughter. As you can see from his responses, he doesn't want to hear it. If you keep reading, you will see that he references to the fame that he wants so bad, and that he just wants me to support him and help him with it. And he knows I'm not with the bullshit. And I'm not with...
No, I don't know if y'all heard what I said, but in case y'all didn't hear what I said, I had said that he has 6 children, 5 boys, 1 daughter. The 1 daughter that he has is with Gigi. These messages are the messages that I already read. I'm just repeating myself in case I didn't unmute myself, because, you know, I'm going back and forth. But anyway, so that's why I'm not pausing to read these, because we've already read them. Fam West, I definitely do want to do an interview with her if she's interested. Well, I don't do interviews. I have conversations. Okay, that I want to have a conversation with her. I've been wanting to have a conversation with her since I covered her story a couple months ago. She has a very interesting story. I definitely would love to get her over here, being that this is, you know, it's a neutral space, but it's majority female based, I guess, because I'm a female YouTuber. But there's a lot of girls that could benefit from her story. And I really, really would like to sit and talk to her. But yeah, she's definitely somebody. She's in demand right now. Everybody wants to sit and talk to her. Everybody.
With the lies, I will never sell my soul. Not for fame, money, or even him. I do want to say, even though his little IBM gang members were living with us, they never disrespected me. As you can see, I didn't just flee to Texas. I had been talking about going to Texas. Now you guys get a clearer picture of the scam. He's been wanting to be famous for a very long time and was willing to sell his soul and do anything to get it. He knew I wasn't going to support that. I'm not going to support lies. I'm not going to support you cheating just to make yourself look good or to fit your narrative that you want for the fame. As you see, I reference also to a DV case. We'll talk about that in another episode. So as you can see, the only reason why he's doing everything that he's doing to me is to punish me, because I wouldn't help him get the one thing that he wanted most, fame.
Okay, thank you, Shaniqua. Now, this part I did not read. Okay, so this part says, Tremaine, I wish you nothing but the best and all the success and fortune and fame you want so bad. I hope you get it all. He says, Ashley says to Gigi, help me with it. So Gigi says, I have helped you in every way for 5 years. 5 years. I don't think y'all understand. When you've got 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 9 years, that's crazy. That's crazy work to me. So she says she's helped him for 5 years. And then she goes on to say, and all I get is cheated on and abused and lied to and niggas living in the house, living in and out, all types of shit. You said he would be out today and he's not. You did not respect me or my feelings. You feel he does so much for you and he is helping you so you and him can live together and you can have a life with him.
To me is to punish me because I wouldn't help him get the one thing that he wanted most, fame.
So then she goes on to say, I'm going back to Texas. I don't want to keep talking anymore. All this does is stress me out. Let's just end this madness. So Ashley says, when you going to Texas? Gigi says, getting the ticket now. I'm washing my clothes, so I'll be gone in the morning. Don't trip. So he says, you be tripping. She says, one day, Tremaine, one day you will see the error in your ways. Maybe not now, but one day. So he goes on. Ashley says, please stop it. Please stop. Let's talk. Okay. I don't want to go back again. If you really want to read those, you can pause it or go to her video and pause it and read it.
Tuesday. I started staying at my daughter's house.
Hold on. I'm going to get to the other comments, but let me address this right now. You said a woman scorned. Keep in mind her side only. Ray, his side has been out. That's the part that you don't get. Him and Shereice have been out here doing press runs, slandering Gigi, slandering her child. So when you say her side, we got their side already. And it's kind of hard to just throw it all on a woman scorned when she's coming with receipts. And I really wish that we would take that condensation, that condemnation, or that notion, period. Fuck it. I don't want to use big words today. Fuck that. Can we remove that from the vocabulary when we are talking about the fact that a woman who has been done wrong is out here and exposing the truth? Can we stop saying that it is always a woman scorned? Yes, sometimes a woman does do things out of being scorned. I'm a woman. I can admit that. But when a woman is coming out here to clean her plate, when she's coming to clean her plate, okay, but Ray, this is not just for you. I said, can we? So I'm talking to everybody right now. Can we stop saying that? Because she was made to be seen to be like she was lying, like she had a fake person stand in for her when it comes down to her getting married, that her child that she had through IVF, which is a painful process and a lengthy process, when she's going through that with this person, for him to then turn around and create a whole narrative and say that she's lying about him being the father and that they broke up and she came back pregnant and he only stayed because he felt sorry for the baby. Like, when you've got all of those narratives going against you, and then you've got a female who came into the picture and interrupted your life, She's one of the reasons why your marriage did not work. And now she's out here helping him to spread this lie, this sham, and make it seem like you're the crazy one. No, that's not scorned. That's called setting the record straight. There's a difference. And that's what Gigi is doing. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to post my IG live from last night, but I'm going to say this over here. When a person goes through domestic violence, it's mental, it's emotional, and it's physical. Okay. It starts in the mental first. To cheat and lie and manipulate somebody is playing with them emotionally as well as mentally. To put your hands on a person, to be in a domestic violence relationship, that does something physically, mentally, and emotionally and spiritually to a person. And you know what it does after a while? It takes your voice away from you. And a lot of times DV victims don't have a voice. And when they do come out and I don't want to say victim, survivors, or what should I say? Conquerors. Sometimes they never gain their voice back. Be it that they have been shattered so bad that they never speak, be it that they have been made to be so scared that they never speak out, or they end up dead, because sometimes these mofos kill them. The fact that she's out here using her voice is strength, is courage. And I'm going to uplift that every time, because I listened as they bashed her and they drug her. I listened to the narratives that they spun about her and her child. I watched it on Tasha K, on Academics, on No Jumper. So for her to come out, I salute that. And I give her props. So yeah, I'm going to support this and I'm going to uplift her. Because guess what? Here's something that a lot of y'all may not know. I myself was in DV. And it took a lot to be able to become who I am today, with confidence, no bitterness, no malice. It took a lot. So I'm giving her flowers and acknowledging the strength it took for her to heal, the courage that it takes for her to speak, and elevating the voice that she is using right now. I'm helping to elevate her voice. I may not get 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200,000 views on my videos. But guess what? For everyone that comes across my video, they hear her voice. They're going to go into that description box and somebody's going to subscribe. And it may just help somebody else who's younger than us, that's going through it right now, see some signs and get the courage to leave. I'm not your average YouTuber. Sometimes I give you average stuff because I have to put some content out because y'all love getting content from me. But I like content that actually makes sense and has an impact. And this has an impact on it. Because who would have known that them lies that he told oh so long ago went so deep? When I first did the video on her, when she made the post on IG showing her eye and telling her story about DV, I instantly, me and my team went to digging and I did a video on her. Because I realized this man is a different type of monster. He's out of control. He cannot control himself. So, scorned? No, this woman is healed and she's using her voice and taking her power back. She's taking her power back. And I'm going to salute that every time. And let's just be clear for the record. I do not feel like Shereice got what she got and she got what she deserved when he put his hands on her. That's not cool. But what I don't applaud And what I'm going to speak out against is the fact that she's inserting herself in business that has nothing to do with her. Cannon beat Shereice and put her in the hospital. But she dropped the charges, so you ain't going to really find nothing on that. See, when I take a stance on something, I take a stance on something because right is right and wrong is wrong all day long. And what Shereice is doing to Gigi and her child is wrong. But what Tremaine Ashley Williams did to Gigi, did to his previous wives and baby mamas, and even did to Shereice by putting his hands on them, that's wrong. But let's continue with the content.
House more at this point until I was able to get money to get out. He refused to give me enough money to leave and get my own place and start over. So I was kind of at his mercy, as you can see from the text. So me pleading and begging for money to help take care of the child that we created through IVF, I see was not working. It wasn't getting me anywhere. He just kept lying about being with Shereice. He kept lying about everything per usual. So I figured I needed to change my tactic in order to get out of the situation. One thing about Cannon, if you notice, when you call him out on what he's done, his actions, abuse, cheating, all he does is deny it. Cannon doesn't want to put anything on him. He doesn't want anyone to think you left because of him. So once I started realizing his endgame and how he was, I realized that me talking to him and telling him I'm leaving because of him, I needed to change that up. Cannon's always complained how I don't worship him enough like everybody else around him. I knew I had to change that up to get what I wanted. Cannon enjoys seeing me beg him for money to take care of the daughter that he chose to have with me and paid for. But he refused to give me any money. He gave me money once. It was $100. I told him, you spent $500 on crab legs for Black Chyna. You're sitting here flying around in Vegas with Shereice, and you can't send money for your daughter? And of course, he still was denying you, Shereice. The crazy part is these text messages are coming from the same man who went on multiple public platforms saying that he didn't know me, I wasn't his wife, I was just some jump off, and that the daughter that we had through IVF was not his. However, I did learn a few things from Luce Cannon. Definitely always record conversations, screen record, video, audio. Never let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. See, Shereice, he was denying you the whole time. I was going to wait for another episode, but fuck it. Let's talk about it right now. The DV case he's referring to in the text messages is when he beat me so bad, all because I caught him cheating. This was the first time the beating was this severe. It was really, really bad. He stomped on my head, beat me, punched me, kicked me. I had concussions, lacerations, fractured ribs. His lawyer said my medical records were 114 pages long. Yikes. Now, this is where you're going to judge me, but you can't judge me more than I've already judged myself. I didn't press charges. He had never beaten me this bad, but I was scared. Not only was I scared, I just knew that if I told, he was going to flip it somehow. He had always done so and got out of everything. The same way he's got the whole internet believing that I'm some crazy Looney Tune who's obsessed with him, pinning a baby on him that he has no idea about and doesn't even know who I am. But the beating was so severe, it was at a hotel in Rancho Cucamonga. The witnesses came forward and they made statements, which the DA was able to press charges without me. And I'm showing you guys screen record from the beginning where I started because I don't want Shereice or him to try to say it's photoshopped or anything like that. Anybody who had any dealings with Cannon will confirm that that is his number during this time, 2022, May. Now him and Shereice are deep into the relationship at this point. Okay, let's scroll. Let's get to the beginning of the conversation. FYI, anybody who knows Cannon knows he always has the text-free app number. That's where I learned it from. Okay, here we go. So he posted this picture on his Instagram calling her his queen. That spells out love to me. What do you guys think? Okay, we saw the number. Let's scroll back to the top. Okay, this is the part of the series that's going to get kind of long. I'm going to let this sit here and let you guys read all the text messages from May 10th 2022 between myself and Cannon, which I've already showed you the number it comes from. Anybody who knows Cannon can confirm that that's his actual number. And I screen record so you guys can see it for yourselves and no one can say it's photoshopped or anything like that. You can see it in real time. I wanted Shereice to also see this so she can stop painting this false narrative. As you guys can see, I wanted the divorce. I was trying to keep things amicable and work things out. As you can see from the text messages, he never wanted to be with Shereice. He wasn't even claiming her. Mind you, they were living together during this time. But to me, he was claiming that he didn't live with her. He wasn't with her. She was a nobody. He kept apologizing and trying to fix our marriage. I was over it and done, and I just wanted a peaceful divorce, and I wanted him to let me go and leave me alone, which is also another reason why I was using the text-free app. I blocked him from my original number because he kept calling and texting, even when he was at Shereice's house. That's how I found out even where she lived. Luce had cheated so many times, and as I said, I take full responsibility for staying with a man who cheated so much. I'm just way too passive, and he knows that, and he was able to get away with a lot of stuff. I should have left him a long time ago. Also, I continued to stay in the home because even though we're not together, I still felt like I could have stayed in the home so he could have a relationship with his daughter, even though we were going through a divorce. All the grown men he had living in the house, I just couldn't take it anymore. And the last straw was when I was asking for him to just give me enough money to get my own place so I could live on my own and still allow him to be in his child's life. He refused and then moved Shereice in. But now he's denying it, as you can see reading the text messages. Can you believe the fact that he's actually denying everything of all the proof that I showed you guys? This is how delusional he is. This is the things that I had to put up with being with Luce Cannon. He makes you act and feel like you're the crazy one, which is the narrative he's painted publicly about me to everybody. This was the reason why I really didn't come forward about the abuse or told anyone, because I knew he would put a narrative out there that I was a liar and was crazy. Thank God for receipts. So let's be very clear, as you can see in the text messages. The only reason why Shereice is even in the position she's in to be with Cannon is because he was tired of fighting with me. He's seen that I wasn't giving up on the divorce. I was putting my foot down and I was really leaving and moving on.
So after he beat her down severely, he moved on with Shereice. And I didn't want to interrupt her because that part was going kind of quick. And she's telling you, Shereice was default. He got with her by default. He was still begging Gigi to come home, still wanting to be with her. You see right here where I paused it at? Ashley's saying it's messed up. Give me a chance. Give you a chance? Give you a chance? After all of that, give you a chance.
Once he realized that there was no coming back this time, that I wasn't going to give him any more chances, that this was it, he knew he had no choice but to make it work with Shereice. Anyways, I'll let you guys go ahead and read some of the text messages to finish it off. I already knew the backlash I would face coming forward with the truth. Cannon's always told me if I ever left him, he would make me pay for it. Nobody would believe me. Nobody would be on my side. Everybody loved him, and he was pretty much God. I guess what I wasn't prepared for, I wasn't prepared for him to throw our daughter in the midst of it and for him to deny her and throw her away like she's trash. I accept my part in responsibility dealing with Luce Cannon. I knew that he was a liar, manipulative, he was a cheater. I guess I just underestimated the power of someone who does the devil's work. I just want you guys to know, manipulation is real. He's always been very, very good at it, as you can see in the text messages as well. He's good at flipping things and making it seem like you're the one who's wrong, you're the one who's disrespectful. Despite all the evidence, all the receipts, all the audios, videos, you could play it for him and he will literally turn it around all back on you. Narcissism at its best.
And she's not lying. Once again, salute to Gigi. Shout out to her. Go ahead and go subscribe to her channel. This right here This right here, man, when I say she's coming with the proof, she's coming with the receipts that are backing up what she's saying. I like the fact that she is scrolling so that nobody could say, oh, these are fake. Oh, this is fake. Nope, those are scrolled messages, okay? And allowing you to pause and read whatever it is that is going on. Now, I do see in the comments where it's being said that Luce Cannon allegedly is supposed to be getting bail, that he's going to fold on somebody to get out possibly. At the end of the day, we will have to wait to see what exactly is going to happen. But I do have to agree with one of the other comments. I just don't see him getting out after that no jumper beatdown. That no jumper beatdown was brutal. It had all of us in shock. Even those of us who have seen things, been around things. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I was sitting here like, oh my God. Because it's on the internet. And because we've been so desensitized to a lot of things that have gone on in this society as a people, like we've watched people be unalived on lives so much so. We watched so much police brutality, so much so that we have become desensitized to when we see it on the internet. It doesn't take us back. But that took us back. That took us back because what are we watching? I kept saying, what if he hits him with that pistol one more time and it goes off accidentally? What are we watching? I ain't never seen nothing like that on the internet in my life at such a mass scale. It may be someplace else, but not where it was everywhere that day. And I seriously doubt that he's going to get away with that. That makes him a serious threat to the community in the eyes of the law. Okay? Forget about the lies. That makes him, and it's not like we can't go pull that video. Ray, we don't even know why it happened. We still don't know. We still don't know. All we see is Wack trying to distance himself as much as possible from that situation when it's being rumored that he put that play together. And listen, I said it a long time ago. If y'all go back to the videos 3 months ago that I did, I was asking questions about who was in the trick bag. Was it Jay Reed? Was it Luce? Was it Adam? What kind of power plays were being made? What kind of moves were being made at that point in time? But I'm going to tell you something. I really think that Adam is just like kind of over that situation, because if you watch the video of Adam and Wack talking to one another, you actually see like Adam's face. He looks over it. Let me see. Let me pull that up real quick before we get up out of here. I know y'all like for me to be on here forever in a day, especially being that I get y'all through y'all work day. Let me see if I can, let me see if I can get that up for y'all real quick so y'all can see it for yourselves. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, let's listen to this little conversation that's being had right here, because if you ask me, Adam's face and body language says something different than what the tone of his voice is saying, because hold on. Okay. All right, let me pull this back to here and let's get into it.
Hey, so is it true that you organized the no jumper brawl behind the scenes and that you set all that up? That's what other people are trying to push on me as well.
What no jumper? You know better than that because you the one called my phone.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have been kind of playing dumb when you told me that you didn't know who the guys were or whatever.
Well, you think I planted them in the back parking lot, bro?
Listen, I'm just telling you what people are saying. And shout out OG Blue from Queens. Thank you for the $20. Salute to you. Okay, keep going.
Let me ask you something, Adam.
Sure.
When do I ever come up here with extra people, bro?
That time for sure. And then maybe a few other times, but not most of the time.
No. You gotta remember, brother, that dude hit you in the morning telling you he bringing you Christmas gifts.
Okay.
You gotta remember, brother, that dude hit you first thing in the morning telling you that he was bringing you Christmas gifts. Well, guess what? That's not what Wack was talking about when he and Adam were sitting down talking about that situation, because what Wack actually said was, hold on.
Right, but the people that you invited are the ones who got involved in this bullshit. And from my perspective, this was all like a big PR thing. Because why was somebody filming before it even started?
Wait. I don't listen. I can't tell you that.
Well, human nature is that there's a bunch of clout chasing going on. If you're going to punch somebody in the face, you tell your friend to film beforehand. That's some clout chasing shit.
Let me ask you a question.
That's somebody who plans on putting the video out
Luce
from the
Cannon
beginning.
was supposed to come up here and meet me on my way out because we driving to Vegas. Now, I had no...
Now, did you hear what he said? Let's go back. Y'all know I love this game right here. Y'all know this. This is my shit.
That dude hit you in the morning telling you he bringing you Christmas gifts.
Now, that is a fact, but that's not what he said here. Let's go back.
Driving to Vegas. Now, I had come up here and watch this. Well, let me ask you a question.
That's somebody who plans on putting the video out
Luce
from the beginning.
Cannon was supposed to come up here and meet me on my way out because we driving to Vegas. Now,
that's something completely different than what he's saying. Now, he said this when? He said this 3 months ago. And the narrative that he's spinning now was just 15 hours ago. Oh, no. Hold on.
Didn't know who the guys were or whatever.
Well, you think I'm planning them in the back parking lot, bro?
Listen, I'm just telling you what people are saying. And shout out OG Blue from Queens. Thank you for the $20. Salute to you. Okay, keep going.
Let me ask you something, Adam.
Sure.
When do I ever come up here with extra people, bro?
That time for sure. And then maybe a few other times, but not most of the time.
No. You got to remember, brother, that dude hit you in the morning telling you he bringing you Christmas gifts.
I think it's safe to say that if Wack hits you with the brother line, he's about to beat you in your head, because when he was talking to academics, that's the same thing he did to him. Wack, you love my brother. This, that, I'm asking you as a brother, one brother to another. That's what he did to him. and Adam, that's right, D-Twins, he said that time for sure. That time for sure.
Okay, that's true. He did, yeah.
Yeah, he told you bringing you Christmas gifts.
There was a hoodie with an AI Frenchie on it, drinking a cup of liquor or something.
I don't know. When does Wack come up there with extra people, bro? That's what I don't do.
Okay.
You know, once I'm in the building, if you ain't there, you ain't getting in the building. You know that. Think about my program.
Once I'm there, if you ain't in the building, you ain't getting in the building. But this the same place that he calls everybody else. I'll be a no jumper every Thursday. I'll be a no jumper every Thursday. So you be inviting people up to no jumper. And once you get in that building, you ain't opening the door to let nobody in that building. And we saw that your vehicle be waiting for you at that back door, because your vehicle was at that back door during the whole beatdown situation. But let's continue.
You didn't seem like I didn't text niggas, leave them outside too late.
Right.
I don't come up there with extra people. And guess what, Adam? My brawls, my situations are handled by my people. You understand?
His brawls and his situations are handled by his people. Not handled by him, but handled by his people. So if you roll down on him at no jumper, his people gonna roll down on you. But my question is, which peoples are you talking about? What peoples? Are you talking about the extra people that you bring with you to no jumper? Because anybody that crosses a threshold with you, and it's not just you, is extra people. Security, friends, people that you're interviewing with, that's extra people. So technically, if you want to be technical, every time he goes to no jumper, he brings extra people with him. So I want to go back to my original question. Which people handle your business? Because you never said which ones.
Understand what I'm telling you? All my people were away from that. I don't need no other niggas to do nothing for me.
Right. No, that is true.
I have no issues or never had no issues with that man. And I hope that ain't coming out of their mouth, because Eddie Boy been online with Jay Reed, and now we know some shit. We know some shit that can't nobody get away from. Certain records don't erase, brother.
What kind of records?
Don't erase.
Records that don't erase are phone records, text records, GPS records. Those type of records are the records that don't erase. And I don't advocate for Jay Reed over here because he's a PDF file on the Megan's lists. And ever since I found that out, I do not advocate for him at all. But he did say that he was reached out to by Luce Cannon, and that Cannon told him to come up to no jumper. So as we're whacking them was all on this, show the records, blah, 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 blah. Nobody reached out to him, blah, blah, blah. And even back then, I kept saying, nah, ain't no way somebody just gonna go up there. Now he's throwing it on Eddie Boy. You know why? Because he's trying to get everybody to go over there to Eddie Boy channel to go see what he said. I ain't going over there. I'm not. I don't give a damn about what was said to Eddie Boy when it comes down to Jay Reed, because at the end of the day, we got enough proof of what went down just by looking at that video and using our common sense and our street sense to piece it all together. And obviously, Adam must be piecing some stuff together too, if he's coming at Wack telling him what people are coming back to him saying, that he put that play in motion. But let's continue.
You get what I'm saying? Because I kept telling you,
I
don't know what the fuck that dude was doing up there. Remember, everybody played dumb, like he just popped up, right?
Right.
Nah, he ain't just pop up.
You think Luce invited them?
Yo, listen, at the end of the day, that man had already talked to law enforcement. And I'm pretty sure that man did whatever he was going to do, on what I'm understanding.
I'm pretty sure that dude has talked to law enforcement. No, you know he spoke to law enforcement. That's why you've been doing this backpedaling campaign since that brawl went down. Then he started backpedaling away from Luce Cannon's narratives that he helped amplify across this internet by backing what Luce Cannon was saying. Now he's saying that he knew Luce was lying and trying to backpedal himself away from that situation. He is a backpedaler right now, so much so that it ain't even helping him. You gotta pedal the bike forward for you to lose weight, Wack.
You gotta remember, bro.
You're saying Luce already talked to law enforcement?
No, your nigga Jay Reed already talked to law enforcement.
Oh, for sure he is, yeah.
Right? So you gotta remember, it was my fucking meeting between dude and you, right? So when I got the text at 2:30 that he was canceling his number 2, which is Travis Ford, I called him about 2:45, 3 o'clock. I said, bro, Mozzie canceled. He's like, damn, I was looking for a mobile barber for him. I said, there's no need for you to even come up there. If he's not gonna be there, there's no need for you to come, because you were just coming because you was number 2.
That's not what Wax said in that other interview either, about Travis not coming up there. He was going to get a mobile barber for Mozzie and all of that. That's not what he said then either during that first conversation with Adam. You know, I got the receipt. Let's roll.
So I'm like, well, he like, yo, I told Adam I was coming. Come on, bro.
You want to see my conversation with Luce?
Well,
let's do it. Let's bring up some receipts.
You know, I got the receipts.
That's a fact.
So
Rakita.
I'm like, well, he like, yo, I told Adam I was coming. He said, cool. This is you right here. Merry Christmas over. That's a Thursday, 9:00 a.m. What up? I'm dropping off your Christmas gift today at 5 p.m. when Wack gets there, King. You said, oh shit. Okay, thanks, G. This y'all communicate. I don't know.
Yeah, he brought me some French bulldog hoodies.
So what I'm telling
So now we hear the French bulldog hoodies come back up, right? Right. But that's not. Wack originally says Luce was coming up there to go with him to Vegas. So now if Luce was coming up there to go with you so y'all could drive to Vegas because that's where y'all both live, then his plan was to come meet you. So him hitting up Adam to bring him Christmas gifts is on his way to go out the door to Vegas. Either way, he agreed to meet with Wack at No Jumper. So we can't skip over that fact. But what I'm trying to get to is, let me see if I can get to it. When does his phone come back out? Because he talks about Mozzie and all of that. Did we skip that? I don't know if we skipped that part yet. Because he starts talking about Mozzie and them.
And here goes. I'll let you look at it. This is...
You talking about Travis, Wack?
Travis, look, look, you see this, right? I did a text at about 2:30.
Yeah.
Telling me I'm not gonna make it.
I just left my attorney for early release of probation. I ain't gonna make it there by 5 SMH. I add you to the social media platforms also, and I'm here whenever you come back. I'm gonna make sure all the sites and apps live, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Boom. Okay, now, Travis Ford is his number 2, right? So what I do, I take it upon myself to call Travis Ford and say, Travis, Mozzie just hit me. He not gonna make it. I sent you the audio to that.
I didn't listen to it.
Okay, well, I sent you the audio. I called Travis at 3:00. Mozzie not gonna make it. I'm gonna tell you why. Travis from Main Street Crip, and it's cool. But this is how I work. That's Mozzie's partner. So if he comes up here with Mozzie, because I know that's his partner, so we can meet with you before we do this, right? I don't give a who he got a problem with, right? You ain't gonna handle it now. Now it's totally different if Travis show up by himself and he got some issues with somebody. At that point in time, it ain't my business.
So now what he basically said in that is, okay, so Mozzie said he wasn't coming. And Travis, he's a Main Street. And he got issues with somebody at No Jumper. So to stop Travis from coming up here and possibly having an issue with somebody because he ain't up here with Mozzie, I hit Travis to tell him that Mozzie wasn't coming. This is the reason why he says he hit him up.
So what I did is hit Travis, hey, Mozzie just canceled, so you don't show up. So this totally debunks the bullshit narrative that we're trying to line some people up.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Let's go back and listen to what he said. Now, that was 3 months ago. Let's listen to what he said 15 hours ago. Now, when he talks about it again 15 hours ago, he don't mention all of that. Oh, Travis got issues with people here and he's from Main Street. And, you know, I'm stopping him from coming up here. You know, That's not what he says. Now he throws in there the fact that, oh, Travis is like, oh, wow, because I was looking for a mobile barber for him and But he does not mention any of the other stuff that he mentioned 3 months ago, 15 hours ago. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Those text messages, they do sound a little suspicious. This whole thing sounds a little suspicious. So now it comes into play. what was the play? Because either way it goes, we know that Luce Cannon was definitely in the trick bag. I asked that 3 months ago. We got the answer to it. Luce was definitely in a trick bag. I feel like Adam is still in a trick bag right now and being worked over. But Adam looks very, oh, I didn't even play it for y'all. I didn't switch the screens. Hold on. I got y'all. My bad, y'all.
It was my fucking meeting between day. That man had already talked to law enforcement.
Here we go. Sorry,
and I'm pretty sure that man did whatever he was gonna do. From what I'm understanding, you gotta remember, bro.
You're saying Luce already talked to law enforcement?
No, your nigga Jay Reed already talked to law enforcement.
Oh, for sure he is. Yeah.
Right. So you gotta remember, it was my fucking meeting between dude and you. Right? So when I got the text at 2:30 and he was canceling his number 2, which is Travis Ford, I called him about 2:45, 3 o'clock. I said, bro, Mozzie canceled. He like, damn, I was looking for a mobile barber for him. I said, there's no need for you to even come up there. If he's not going to be there, there's no need for you to come because you were just coming because you was number 2. Again, Adam, I don't bring extra niggas around and say, hey, come up, we ain't no jumper. That ain't what I do.
Did he mention any of that stuff in this conversation from 15 hours ago that he said 3 months ago? No, he did not. Salute to Smoked Out TV. He was in the chat. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. So if you watch Adam's face and his body language during the rest of this, which is only a few more minutes left, Adam's body language, his facial expressions give something different than what his mouth is saying. Keep watching.
Because whoever comes up there on the count of me is my fucking responsibility. You understand what I'm saying? So I canceled with Jay Reed, Mozzie Jay Reed. That's who my business is with. I immediately called that man and canceled. This is why when the snake calls went down that they think I don't know about, trying to call Travis Ford and say, yo, Wack was trying to line you up. You know what Travis Ford tell him? You don't make no sense, company. Wack is the one called and told me not to come.
Now, what Adam is doing, in case you can't tell, is Adam is on his computer, which tells me that he's not even really paying too much attention to what the hell Wack is saying to him. He got the answer that he wanted. But he's letting Wack talk.
Why would he stop me from coming?
Right.
See, they didn't know that I was in direct contact with Travis Ford.
They didn't know we got the content.
Yeah, they ain't know it. And I'm sitting back watching them play their little dumbass games. But see, one thing about Wack, I've been strategic all my motherfucking life. You understand? I keep 4, 5 different teams. I keep a team that I fuck with. I keep a team that don't fuck with you. And I keep a team that fuck with the people that don't fuck with you. And I sit back and I get all the information and I watch everybody run around and play a game while I done already faked your ass a cake already. People like Compton, Rick Rock, and niggas like that, they know me very, very, very good. They tell a nigga, if you think you playing a game with that nigga, that he don't know you crazy. But niggas is showing their hand. Eddie Boy and Jay Reed are very close. Wack and 600 are very close. 600 and Eddie Boy are very close. It don't matter where you at in the circle as long as it come full circle. And I've been sitting back and I've been listening and tripping off this shit. But for her to go on that man's platform and disrespect me like that and claim I owed him something is crazy.
Okay.
So now, what I feel, just a feeling, he brought that whole no jumper situation up and described the dynamics of how he's close to 600 and 600 is close to Eddie Boy and Eddie Boy is close to 600 and the circle is the circle of lies. Yeah. How the circle of lies works, okay? Or the circle of plays, whichever one you choose, all right? All because he misconstrued what was being said to him and took offense to it. And he was looking for a way out. See, when people are looking for a way out, they will take the smallest of minute things and use that to deviate to the original plan that they already had set forth in their minds. And that's what Wack is doing right now. He's been trying to separate himself from this brawl. And now he's saying, basically, the warning is Eddie Boy is close to Jay Reed. Okay? Jay Reed is close to Eddie Boy. Eddie Boy is close to 600. 600 is close to Whack. Whack is close to 600. 600 is close to Eddie Boy. I mean, to Eddie Boy. Eddie Boy is close to Jay Reed. I left that part out of that circle. So Eddie Boy, what he's saying is Eddie Boy told 600, Jay Reed told Eddie Boy something that Eddie Boy went and told 600. Jay Reed told Eddie Boy something that Eddie Boy went and told 600, and 600 went and told Whack that pertains to the situation with Luce. And Whack has been holding that content back, trying to protect Luce. But Shereice got one more time, and he's going to expose Luce Cannon. That's basically what he said. That's basically what he said. All because academics asked the question, Shereice answered the question. But that goes to show you what I just said is true. Adam, I think for me, I'm going to be honest with you, and this is just when I caught it. Maybe you guys caught it at a different time. When the situation went down with Blueface and Chrisean, when they were outside of his house at the car, and Chrisean was saying, show why you got blood on your hands. And we saw blood on his hands. I zoomed in. I did a video. There was indeed, in fact, blood on Blueface's hands. And I believe there may have been something on the car, on the door handle. And I zoomed in on that. And Adam saw the same video that we saw. But Whack tried to lie to Adam and say that what you saw ain't what you saw, that it was all a lie. And when that happened, I kind of saw a shift in Adam, that particular podcast. Everything was cool as far as from what I saw up until that video right there. So, at the end of the day, it's been one thing after another after another. Nah, he called Luce a rat. What you talking about, Fam West? And now, if you look at this, let's finish out the last few, less than a minute of this video. Adam does not seem like he is interested in anything that Whack is telling him.
I hear it.
So now, hey, bro, what if something would have happened with Flacco, bro? What if something really would have happened with Flacco, and Flacco, being who he is, comes to be, wakes up, he's surrounded by cops in the hospital room? What you think would have came out his mouth if this nigga didn't fed Flacco while trying to line you up and do something to you, bro? Which was a complete lie.
Okay. Bo, real facts. I'm trying to see what you're talking about. He already exposed it last night. Well, then I will have to go over there and go get the content. I'm quite sure the content is out somewhere. So that means that Whack had enough and he already exposed him. But again, I'm going off of the content from 15 hours ago. It is the morning time. I am going to go pull that content and let's see how things have developed over there on the side. And yes, I will do a video on that. But basically, listen, if you're not subscribed to Gigi, go subscribe to Gigi, because this is an all-out war on Luce Cannon. Hers, I feel, is justified. Wax, I feel, is clout and self-driven. You know, I do understand that the first law of nature is preservation of self, but Whack is a different kind. He's a special kind, okay? Anybody that's doing business with him, y'all need to protect your necks, because this man is not going to hold your best interest at heart. Look at what he's doing to No Jumper. He has made No Jumper a place that is a no-fly zone for a lot of folks, which Adam has spoken on before and said that there are a lot of people that will not come up there because of what happened with the No Jumper brawl and all of that. And they will not come up there because No Jumper is named in federal indictments. Mints 3 that we know of. So yeah. At the end of the day, we all know that 3-finger duty shooter PP Liquor is definitely, you know, a diabolical, despicable, slithering, conniving demon from the pits of hell. And I hope Gigi stays far, far away from him, because once he has no use for you anymore, he gets close to you, pretends to be family with you to gather intel on you. And once he has all the intel, he dangles it over your head to try to keep you under his thumb. Once he can't keep you under his thumb anymore, he will begin to expose and put things out and run plays and run narratives, because he has admitted that he does run plays, which is kind of why I hate talking about him. I really do. But to debunk him, I will always love to debunk him. Anyway, good, Shaniqua, please. Far, far away. And R&B as well. Because he's going to send R&B in there to try to do the woman thing, to smooze up to her, to get her to break her guards and let her guard down and become cool with R&B. But R&B is going to try to do his betting for him, because that's the best way. That's the secret weapon that he's going to try to use. I already see it, to try to come at her. So absolutely not, because next thing you know, she will be in the trick bag, and that's not good, okay? She's very powerful, standing on her own, telling her own story. She's very powerful. She is in demand, okay? Everybody wants to talk to her. At this point in time, I'm quite sure she could get in with Tasha K. I'm sure Tasha K wants to talk to her. I'm sure, I don't think Jason Lee follows any of this story, but there are big names that will talk to her. Okay, she's doing phenomenal. She's doing phenomenal. Okay, we absolutely adore Gigi, and we salute her. But anyway, you guys, y'all have a phenomenal day. Tasha K is not cool. Listen, Shaniqua, we here. But I'm just saying, like, there's people that want to speak to her that I feel like she would benefit from better than going that way. But the problem is a lot of these big people are connected somehow, some way to him. So yeah. Anyway, y'all know what I always say: when y'all vibe high so the bullshit don't stick. Okay, I hope that this got you through that dreary part of the afternoon where you get to your lunch hour. May the rest of your day continue to be a phenomenal one, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you, everybody, for tapping in and tuning in. Please be sure to lean on the like on the way out, because the likes is looking unlikable. All right, but I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Peace, everybody.